feeling good today. A lot of you have been following the Venus retrograde sadhana, which has been really, really some sweet stuff for me as a Libra, such a Venusian character. And also, I taught yoga this morning live, and I taught the Kriya to be enchantingly beautiful. So I'm feeling particularly magnetic. That's the good part. I mean, there's nothing bad about Venus being in Leo. And with the retrograde, retrogrades are not bad, but it's just like a little slower and kind of like deep digestion. But Venus in Leo at any point makes you more radiant in Leo season. It doesn't get better. So, yes, so like here's to being our most magnetic selves and what it takes to get there, just to make space. That's the big key is spaciousness. Aquarius likes to be very spacious. So let's just say the full moon is in Aquarius, sun is in Leo. Um, and it is a supermoon. And for those of you who don't know, the supermoons are the moons that are closest to the Earth. So they're bigger, they're brighter, they make higher tides. Living in a coastal area, that's a big deal. I was supposed to surf today, and I was, I'm still a baby surfer. I was told to stay home, and that's okay. I got caught in a riptide last winter in Costa Rica, and you don't have to tell me twice if it's, a little dangerous for me. So, anyway, here we are. Danger. Danger is kind of our middle name, in a way, because we're rethinking. That's like the larger concept that is happening with all of the planetary stuff that has been going on for the last 4 years is what is danger? What is safety? What is security? You know, how much are we attached to what we've been told, what we've been promised? How much are we attached to what other people have, to what we don't have and other people have, what we feel like we should be working towards, what is success, what is productivity, all of those things. But particularly, we're looking at love and how we are loved, how we are seen, how we are cherished. And the thing about Aquarius is it is about the larger group. So, what you may be experiencing with this full moon, although you are still having all of those Venus and Leo, Venus retrograde, love, exes in town, longing, grief over something that never happened, grief over something that should have ended sooner. There's a lot of review here. But to know that really with this Aquarius moon, it's about, how much integrity we have, like how in love we are with ourselves so that we are seen in that magnetic resonance by everyone, which means actually, can extend to like abundance, and prosperity, and all those things. We're also praying for love. I mean, I would say with my counseling business, the things I talk about the most are love, money, and work, love, money, and how much people's work fulfills them. So with this full moon, it's taking a little bit of the energy off of love into another form of love. Love is energy, money is energy, is how good do you feel about what you're doing? And how much do you feel of service? Because there's going to be two supermoons this month. There's also one, I think the very last day or second to last day of August, which will be in Pisces. So Pisces goes even more into like the great connection of everything, of all that is. And so with these two signs, for the full moons, it's the end of the zodiac for the full moons. So we're going to be going into Aries in September, Aries for the full moon. So these are like the places where we are the most transpersonal. Right now, let's just focus on Aquarius. Transpersonal in that we're part of the group or we're part of the community. And, this is something that has really been a big focus in the last, few years more than ever, because we're talking about this, like how much to what degree can we really take care of the planet? To what degree can we take care of other people? And it's interesting because Mercury is in Virgo, so Mercury just went into Virgo yesterday or the day before, I think the 28th. And so when Mercury is in Virgo, it's really all about fixing, refining, not fixing, what we say, like, don't fix, but, fixing things that are broken. Like simply that, fixing things that are broken. And sometimes fixing something that's broken is to let it go. That's fixing it instead of having something broken hanging around. So if you think about your house, and you think if you have a lot of things that don't work in your house, that affects your effectiveness, that affects the ability for you to be approachable, that affects your ability to be permeable by love, and also be more resonant, more magnetic, as we're talking about. So, with that Virgo, we're going to have Virgo retrograde starting on August 23rd. And it's not that often that Virgo and Venus are retrograde at the same time. We have other planets in retrograde, but those planets are, the outer planets are retrograde like half of the year generally. But those two planets retrograde at the end of August means if you are going to take action, if you are going to like clear and release and reorganize and maybe fix things in your home, do it before August 13th. On August 13th, right before the Leo new moon, is the Venus Katsumi. So Katsumi, I think is how you pronounce it. Katsumi, which is when the Venus and the sun are together, are conjunct. And so that is like an incredibly auspicious day. So the 13th, so just a couple of days before the new moon, which is on August 16th. It is like you are doing, especially those of you who are practicing with me or are doing whatever work you're doing in the Venus retrograde, are really taking the opportunity to release and shine up and make room and be spacious. The gifts come in. I hate to be fortune telling like that because I rarely do, because people feel things earlier or later. But I just feel like with all this Leo energy and just the magic of summer in the Northern Hemisphere, that day is a day you're really going to shine. Let me just see what I said. Accept yourself entirely, proclaim your gifts, and refuse to compromise. So that is August 13th, of course. It's just one day. But no, that's what you're working towards. And even if it's not a romantic connection, it is a great day to start something or to renew something or to express yourself, to let somebody know how you feel. But even if you're solo, it is the day to like really bask in your own light. And I love to bask in my own light, I have to say. It's super enjoyable. And I think it just makes you shinier in the long run. I mean, who knows who's watching that and who cares? Okay, so want to get back to the supermoon for a little bit because, living here, we have these supermoons. The tides have been getting higher and higher. You all know the water is rising. So the thing is that to know about that, of course, we can get into the climate change element of it and totally not to bypass that because it is clear that the water is rising and all that that means. Now, but the water is rising also inside. We have our personal waters. So we have our blood, we have our sexual fluids, we have, all sorts of, kind of humidity and plasma that are going on that are not just the running blood, tears. So your personal waters are running high and with these supermoons. So we are needing more than ever to be, and with the Venus retrograde, in order to make best use of it, we are needing to be grounded. And how does that work? Being grounded, interestingly enough, getting in the water, communing with the water, walking barefoot, sleeping. getting enough sleep, even with the extended light. Um, just stay aware of what your foundation is. And that's something to think about. What is your foundation? What is your truth? What is your baseline? And then modify everything according to that. This is a great month to set that. So what is your foundation? It can be being in your integrity. It can be being spacious. It can be seeing the other person as God. It can be something big like that. Or it can be something that you're working on. It can be, I'm really, really recommitting to my creative process. And so that is kind of like my priority right now. So then I check in with everything that I'm doing, everything from surfing to teaching to lovers to ex-lovers. Does this benefit? Is this in alignment with this focus on my creative process? Or is it a distraction? Or is it a depletion? So you see what I mean? So this next 2 weeks before the 13th of August, to identify just for now, you could have a different foundation point. I mean, if you go for the big foundation, it can be always. I'm just suggesting you get a little bit more specific right now, like what's really on your plate and what is the thing that makes you feel the best. What is, like when I do my morning meditations, I'm always like, find your seat, let your seat find you. What is your seat right now? What is the thing that really holds you, that helps you, like, what did I say, to like just sit in like your own vibration and feels really good, like you're in love. So set your vibration, set your foundation. It's like your emotional frequency. And, it's also, this is the Sturgeon moon, so it's the beginning of the harvest season. It's a little early this year, but things are starting to be harvested. If you have a garden, you see that. It's berry season. The greens have been going for a while. But it's harvest. Sturgeon is when they started to catch the fish and preserve them for the winter, because that was a major source of protein in North America, the North America. And sturgeon was seen as riches. So what are you harvesting? What are your riches? So you're storing that up again for the end. So the reason I'm saying for the end of August, because that's when Mercury is retrograde too. So what I'm advising you, I will be talking to you after the Katsimi. So just listen to me about the Katsimi, the 13th of August, like take the day off, or, be somewhere in public or be somewhere deeply in private, whatever suits your foundational priority. But, make it a bold day, however you do. Make it a bold day, inside or outside. But anyway, up until the last 2 weeks, so the last 2 weeks of August is when you're going to be kind of untethering, unraveling in a good way, if you can allow it. So you want to be strong, you want to be grounded, you want to be free. So if there's ways you can tie things up, so you have a couple of weeks before that new moon. Let me just look when the new moon is. Hold on one second. Here. So the new moon, sorry, I closed so the new moon is on the 30th, so second to last day. So between that 13th and the 30th, you want to just let things roll, which is so great, the end of summer. So like get things set up, the Mercury in Virgo, just get things set up. Whatever you can. And if there's something that is really not unwinding, not letting it go, offer it up. Whoever you pray to, whether it be God, Goddess, universe, the Ma, your higher power, you can be like, okay, I did my best. Can you just take care of this for a while? And I love you and I trust you, and let that trust and faith carry you. So, I know we're barely at August 1st, but I'm just saying it's good to be prepared. So yeah, the same thing, also is with this moon in Aquarius. There is something really new happening. That's kind of the message behind all of this, is there is something really new breaking through. And so, that's the need for the spaciousness. That's the need for the Venus retrograde, to like clear out your love pipes. Don't think you know everything. because you don't. Okay. I love you. I will be back. Bye.